Welcome back, my most ethical light and love crew. Welcome. What am I gonna call it? What am I gonna call this? I like the fact that I don't have to stress about being precise about what the topic is today. I just know I am meant to get up on stage again. Hello, welcome. Angels of light and love, I welcome you in to direct and protect these messages. My chakras, my auras, my space, my work, my health and wellness, and that of our children's. Yes. Okay. All right. So, what's the topic for today? There are so many things that were looming in my mind. It felt like I was doing divination, solo. And like what just was brought to mind was the work situation, and how I could tell that HR was lying to me, that she was purposefully like skirting around an issue, or like not even an issue, a question, freaking a question. And when she knew that I caught on to her, she stepped back. Like, she literally stepped back and created distance to me, but still started, like, talking in a manner where she was trying to check herself, because she knew at a certain point that she was caught and being monitored. So, she could no longer, like, steer me from that. And as you know, with occultist magic, the closer proximity that you have to a person, the more access, there's more access points. So she purposefully created some distance so that I wouldn't read further into her, because she remained, there was like, it was literally like we were just one table away, and then now almost 2 tables away. So I know that based on what she said, she knew that she actually divulged too much, because from what she said, I realized that open position was now transferred over to somebody else who already had a high position, so that they could get more money. Like, I don't know how I know this. I'm just told these things. So anyway, but she didn't want to divulge that to me, because that was like on the in. Like, that's something that they normally don't structure. So the whole, like, seniority thing, they say that it doesn't play a role, but it does. So it's just a matter of like serving time. They treat it like a prison. Yeah, that's what I'm told. I mean, that's not any opinion of mine. But anyway, here we go. Yeah. And I realized the jig is up, people. The jig is up. And I was doing this, I was thinking that while I was making my bed. And I realized, okay, what does that mean? The jig is up. Like, the jig is up, Hands high to the sky. The jig is up. Well, I don't know. But I think that's to say that, like a jigsaw. Is it a jigsaw? Or a jig, you like bend over backwards. Like, it's a device, usually immobile, and that allows you to work with things that are malleable, but without the assistance of it, isn't as malleable. So we're talking about those people, those jigs, in certain organizations and companies that where they work both sides. That's what's happening there. I was gonna do dancey dance time today to shake off the heebie-jeebies, if there's any. Negative vibes, basically. But I decided I'll wait till later. But there's so many people that play from both sides. As soon as I came to that conclusion, on my drive back home, I realized, like, faces flashed. And so my guys were telling me exactly who were basically the fuck ups of the group, you know? Who are the weakest links, the flimsiest points. You know? Nobody respects them. Only when something is needed, and even then, they're just tolerated. Because they're just things. They're treated like things because they just do things. Isn't that crazy? I have to be straightforward with the data received. That's what it is. Maybe that'll get them to turn around, you know? Well, my job here is well done. Why is it like a smoky atmospheric look? What? What the heck? That's weird. Maybe I need to clean the screen. Oh, I look better with a with a disguise. It's okay. It's just a light angle. Just know, it's all an illusion. It's okay. Let's focus. Life is shifting for the better. We are using the Jungian tarot because we want to examine the subconscious nature of all sentience within my locality. The inverse influencers. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Jelly bean. That's what we're doing. Okay. That was the last deck chosen. The first one was the Stargate. Tools for intuition. We're gonna do the roadmap, the sky spread thing, because there's something due for me, and I want to like kind of look forward to that. Somebody's trying to latch on to me. Hold on. Tell them to fuck off with their appropriate karmas too. Thank you. Thank you. People, like, I don't understand, like, especially with HR, they should have been able to catch on faster, which tells me, like, how powerful I am. Like, I just, so I'm not gonna bitch about it. I just know. Somebody's still trying to latch on to me. Hold on. Anyway, people do stupid things. Excuse me. Yeah. All right, give me a second. Let me just permanently tell them to fuck off. Okay. Then, incredible oracle of shapeshifters. Okay, so we're gonna go in that manner. Actually, we're gonna go with how we introduced it, because that's what I was shown and told, and yup. Okay. All right. What's new? What's new for me, Spirit? What's coming along? Yeah, definitely some people are trying. You know what? I think people are planning. These groups are planning to because that's what I'm feeling right now, especially with the latch onto my spleen, for sure. People are like doing this on a schedule like basis, like, okay, you go, but like nobody's gonna stay in for too long so that she catches on to you. So what you're gonna do is one person and then the next person and the next person. We're gonna like come in and out of this like little forum here to fuck around, and so collectively they shall find out. All right. So what's new, Spirit? What do you want to tell me? Anything that you have to say with regards to that? Let's start off with that, because, you know, I value your input. Okay, so it showed up like this. Okay. The first two are strength, is that right? And temperance. What? No, I think it's a star. You cannot. You can't. What? Who do people think they are? But this is quilted. This is a quilted messaging. You know, back in the slave days, that's you know, they transferred messages by their artistry. It was very subtle. So, holding close to home and heart, they're saying that I'm strong. Like my heart chakra, you know, like how they say there's, you know, your brain and then your heart also has its own brain. My heart has its own star. Okay, so we have 6 of Wands, accentuated victory. This looks like the something pentacles. I gotta say it's either knight or knight or king of pentacles. You see? Do you see? Because why would there be 2 younglings on a page? No, not like that. In fact, I have a Jungian book, so I can look this thing up. So it's accentuated. Then we have the 5 of Wands accentuated. Dude, I did not expect, like, I thought there was going to be some markings to this, but that's okay. This looks like, this is the world card. It's just twisted. Infinite accentuated. This is the Page of Pentacles. It's gotta be accentuated. So this investment, although it brings like a little bit of chaotic feels with like combat. Mortal Kombat. Yeah, oh my gosh, this is Mortal Kombat. Yes. With introductions. Yeah, it's the intro part of it. Finish him. Yes, that's what it is. And we emerge as the victor, Tina. We emerge. Thank you. Thank you so very much. I love it. Yeah. You know, when people stoop to that level of dynamics, they're actually losers. And they know it because that's how they proceed. Like, they don't have any other one up other than, like, deceiving people. You know what I mean? You gotta know what I mean. I think it's funny because they cannot get enough of the messaging here. Yes, it's true. It's true. I cleared the room. So, what do you want to say, Spirit? Pop. It's the Queen of Cups. I already feel it. I feel what, Tina? Psh, what? 8 of Wands, communication. So intuitive. Like, it's just like, it draws in what needs to be said, what needs to be told, what needs to be uncovered. This is my new path. It's it's the undeniable star. Victor. What's behind that? It's the Emperor. Or no, it's the Hierophant. Let's take a look. It's the Hierophant. I'll be right back so you can see my muffin top, okay? Give me a second. Where are you, my dear? Where's the Jungian tarot stuff? I know you're here. But where did you go? Is it right here? I've got to find you. No. Is it here? No. Revelations of compassion. No, that's not it. Okay. Why are you embarrassing me? Oh, here. Jung and Tarot? No, that's not it. Dude, why? Where are you? It's gotta be. You gotta be around here. I know I've got you. I know I got you. Maybe I shall go with... It's not bad. That's weird. Alright, I'm just gonna go with what I got. What a bitch! Now, things are expedited. Oh, I forgot I was doing dishes, but whatever. The archetypal journey. Okay, this is not for the actual deck, but it does cover Jungian philosophies. It's quite in depth. Okay, let's I want to do it. Okay. What do you want? Okay, the symbols of our Judeo-Christian heritage have lost their meaning for us. Death has increasingly become a purely physical phenomenon that takes place in a hospital and is handed antiseptically by strangers in starched uniforms. Even the intimate, spiritual, and emotional aspects of the death experience are now taken over by strangers, solemn personages in black who mysteriously appear at the graveside, directing proceedings in an obsequious manner. When the burial ceremonials are completed, these same blackbirds are often the first to swoop down upon the family, whom they barely even know, to say how sorry they are that someone who they have known only as a corpse has passed on. If encouraged and suitably recompensed, goodness, these professional mourners, how comedic is that? But true. Will select their read poetry or biblical quotations deemed appropriate to the occasion, and will even concoct a flowery eulogy suitable for the deceased. And that is to say, any deceased. Wow. Yep. This is on page 245 if you are curious. The ridiculous attempts of our culture to embalm life have been ably satirized in Evelyn Waugh's classic, The Loved One. It would seem that this kind of idiocy has now reached its last extremity. It looks as though the pendulum has begun to swing back and forth, an emotional acceptance of death, and a more personal involvement of both the dying and the bereaved in dealing with its practicality and spirituality. Terminally ill patients are now being told the facts. Families are encouraged and helped to care for such patients at home. Seminars and discussion groups offer opportunities for families facing this experience to meet others confronting similar situations and to share their problems and insights. Now that death's name is being spoken aloud at last, we discover the face he turns in our direction is less frightening than we had imagined. Perhaps someday the skeleton in the card 13 will shine for us with the luminous glow of transcendental light with which he shed on former generations. In this book, Psyche and Death, Edgar Hergals explores in detail the origins of the two basic approaches to death, the scientific and the religious. It is a thesis that man's confrontation with the fact of physical death may have furnished the first impetus for all science and all religion. According to Herzog, the capacity to feel horror at the death of another is one of the major characteristics that distinguishes man from the animals. This horror, he says, is quite different from the specific fear of one's own death, which operates as an instinct of self-preservation in both men and animals alike. Research indicates that the first reaction of primitive man and of primitive in our cells is to flee from the sight of a corpse, a reaction not characteristic of animals. Characterizing this reaction as horror of the incomprehensible, in contrast to fear of the specific. Herzog offers the hypothesis that the feeling of horror is probably the first human experience of the utterly unapproachable, the unique experience which Rudolf Otto has termed a tremendum. And now, a good segue as far as we keep getting the freaking death card. Are you serious? Are you freaking serious? It's okay. It's okay. Because you know what that means? Bravo to us. We have been commended by the universes to move on. You know? And face it, not in a callous manner like most do, as displayed, but dude, like it's a reality check. You gotta move on. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. And you gotta keep on going. But you gotta find enjoyment and stay true to yourself. You know, where are you at in this manner? Okay, without you know, basically putting on your blinders of looking around what everybody else is doing. You know. Mind your own castle. All right. Here we go. So, Stargate, okay? So, this sky spread, we're focusing on this new journey of mine, and possibly, okay, it's just mine, because there's nobody here now. I have cleared the room. All right. So, 1, what is behind me? Spirit. That one, it's a robe in reverse. Okay, so this is the untraditional initiate. Okay, moving away from that, but this is actually hanging up the robe from previous states. Oh, there we are. It's shedding. Look, I'm the only one here, so this is for me. So this is box number 2, still behind me. Star of Laughs in reverse, a Maid in reverse, Thunder. Stargate, the symbolic cards, the face of the cards, Fire in reverse, and Star of Aspirations. Okay. So, like, bad times left behind. Oh, this is all bad times. Like, the seal, like, putting, like, this, put a seal on it, like, it seals the deal. That's what it's saying. So, this is the end. Like, cutoff point, done. Time is 23:15. That's what's behind me. Goodbye, goodbye. So where am I at right now? We gotta know. We gotta know, especially with the death card reappearing. What do you want to say? Star of Impulse. You know what that means? That means that not just my intentions, but my intuition is on point, so I can act on impulse. Like, that has to happen right now. This has to happen right now. I don't need to consult with anybody else. This is, unless the impulse is, I gotta consult with that person, or I gotta talk to that person. It's gonna be on point. You know what this means? This means expansion. It means growth. That's what it forebodes, because with the growing audience, as well as like rubbing elbows with the echelons, that means that I need to be on point. So I'm there. I am there. Hello, Echelons. How are you? We're no longer doing like the man spread. We're doing the elbow thing. Twist and shout. What is that? Okay. Now, what's ahead of me? Okay. Yeah, I don't want to get too fixed on like what's now. I mean, now it's saying you can absolutely trust yourself. 1,000, put a number on it, Tina. The highest number that exists, it's there. You're good. Okay. I like it. Just in time. You know how big this gem is? Dude, I would not sell it for anything. Okay. Ahead of you. What's in box number 4? Spirit, what do you want to say? Box number 4. Box number 4. Box number 4 is Mud and Wing in reverse. you know, there's a little bit of a relaxation point for self-care. You know, when I think of mud, especially with wings, this is something like I guess there's an idea of getting stuck, but this is like valid stuck. This is the spa treatment day where you're taking care of yourself, like your not just your mode of transportation, but like getting detailed to the point where like it's spa day basically. You're taking care of what propels your vehicle around. So this is a major tune-up in in self-care. Like, I'm not gonna have to I don't want to say work as hard, but the grueling part of like, dude, things are turning up. I don't even understand it, but like, dude, the color coding is like on point. Do you see this? Do you see that? Like, it just goes. It's like camouflage. So oh, my tummy. So it's like, did you hear that? Listen to the playback with your earbuds when I put it back on public. But yeah. Oh, who would have an issue with that? It doesn't even matter. Okay, because they want it. They're gonna have to, they want their own, you know, blessings. They're gonna have to work for it. And you know, that also reminded me that along with HR like backing away so that I the people that I realized also that were fake friends, or you know, like I never really considered them as friends really. I mean, it takes time, you know, so it their proposition of friendship was fake. It was absolutely fake. You know how I know? Because they their sciatica nerve or their they get pinched nerves, like they were in excruciating pain, they said. Like it was like they really wanted to not be at work at all. Yeah, it acted up. Like it's every so often, like it's just, it comes in like hits them out of the dark. And that's how I know that they were fucking with me. Like, and they wanted me to, oh, my hand is tingling. Like, it's pulsing. Like, it's, yeah. They wanted me to know, like, through semi-hearsay or directly telling me, so that I would kind of help alleviate the pain, or like, you know, stop, like, so they say like they got their own karma basically, and it's the most humble fashion. But yeah, I feel like strong right here. Yeah, when I asked the second girl, you know, you know, like, where is it coming from or whatever, she took my like arm or whatever, she turned me around, and then she touched my back, like from my neck down to like my like shoulder blade or whatever. I was like, motherfucker, I didn't tell you to touch me. You could just tell me. So I knew that she was trying to do some bullshit, so she must be she's due to experience something for sure. Okay. So, ahead of me, Star of Independence, Fog in Reverse, and Cave in Reverse. Coming out into the open. Open, free, clear. The coast is clear. The coast is clear, Tina. That's what's ahead of me. People are going to realize, you know, that's why you don't stop people from messing up, okay? Like, you've already, especially after you set the tone, you don't go like, you better not, you better not, you better not. No, you already set the tone, and if they fuck around, they're, you know, they're gonna learn their lessons the hard way, because that's what they, you know, that's what happens. Okay, all right. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 is, where are you? Okay, the issue at the top. What's the issue, Spirit? What is the premise of this new journey of mine? I would be so surprised to see death again. It's just like so accurate. Water. Okay. So intuition, tapping into the intuitive bodies. Basically being a waterbender, having control. And knowing the temps and the dilution and the how tainted other bodies are, basically. Ooh, I can read into people like massively, like from physical to emotional, cognitive, spiritual. Like I can tap in for sure. The Tillandsia plant, the air plant. I am Gemini. I am growing. I am underestimated, and I do hang around, don't I? All right. Okay. So that is the issue. So 7, what is the helping hand for me, Spirit? Rain and the bell. 313, magic number. So maybe like there's alchemist number, but there's or maybe the elements on the table. So it's 313. There's a hidden thing like backwards and forwards of death, because death is the 13 card number 13. So there's something like a mirroring effect of death as well as creativity in the outlook. So in numerology, 3 is massively in tune with creativity. That happens to be my birth number. And oh, somebody got disgruntled about that. Whatever. Anyway, 3 is also the Empress in the major arcana. So there's a massive amount of ownership here. And it's something that's kind of just built in to who I am and what I'm supposed to do. Okay. So the helping hand here is, it's just like, it's an awakening. It's not just for myself, like an alarm. This is sounding the bells, like rock the bells. Yeah, rock the bells. So when the rain comes, I'm hearing Annie Lennox. Here comes the rain again, falling on my head like a memory. Something like a new emotion, something like that. Sometimes I get lyrics twisted, but it's meant for a real it's accurate still. So there's something about karma here that people like, especially after getting the body of water, they're tapping into people get what they deserve. Okay, so it comes right back on them through very, like, almost traumatic instances too, depending on what kind of BS they pull on me. Because I'm representative of, it's not like just like a personal thing. It's more like what I represent as far as collectively speaking. So once it's done to me, the symbology of that misdeed is against so many others, and that's why it's compounded within their personal karmic occurrences. That is a return, that is a receipt. And it falls in by many. Like when it rains, it pours, is what they're saying. Yeah, it's the same coloring. If you really look at it, same color as the bell, so nobody can say shit. Okay. So what's distracting, Spirit? Distracting doesn't always have to mean, like, when you have like a cat. I don't know how much was caught on there because it was like froze from battery or whatever. But anyway, what's distracting? Distracting is not always a bad thing, because distracting is like if you have like a cat, like a kitten, sometimes distraction methods are very good to keep it away from harm, to, like, distractions are just a tool of measure that is meant for a good purpose. 8. Okay, so powder, wheel in reverse, and handle. Something about turning the wheel, which is also turning the handle, like opening the door. But there's also something about pulverizing, like I think sometimes distracting can be like, we'll talk about the polar opposites to this, because like I said, distracting, you don't always have to presume it to be like as a negative tone. There's positive characteristics to a distracting hand, and you know, like magicians, basically, you know. But pulverizing, like, it's sometimes we get into the nitty-gritty of things, so we act as like our own like termites sometimes, and instead of allowing for a wheel to turn in our favor to open a door, you know, that it's sometimes we just have to take things for what they are, even like the realm of stagnancy, even if the realm of like having to park it for a little while, basically. Consider this like the melding of the Chariot card also in the Wheel of Fortune or Destiny. So when we are when we get down to like having to like nickel and dime every single instance, or like pay attention to the petty, we're gnawing at like the little things, when we can just like give it a rest, like honor that, and allow a stopping point, because maybe it's like a pit crew type of thing where we're just doing a tune-up, or changing out, you know, a flat tire or whatever. And that gives us the mobility to get better, because this only lasts for so long in order to turn that door. So we got to maximize on that. So that this is the distracting part of it. Like face value, like, oh, there's so many things that I need to address in this dissolution or whatever, this like big lump sum to turn this around. And it's like the more you like nitpick, nitpick at something, the more you break it down to basically your disadvantage. So everything can rectify. I mean, you can epoxy this thing back and mold it back into shape, but it's never going to be what it once was. And so sometimes you got to do that, especially as mothers, new mothers, or whatever, fathers, in facilitating movement, facilitating moving forward, facilitating advancement. So that goes in the distracting area here. And this is an important part of mediation and part like negotiations. Like, you don't want to be the asshole and be like, okay, so let me break it down for you. Because I've had people talk to me this way, like, yeah. So when did you realize, or, you know, like, when did it dawn on you? And I also got the same thing when I just got this new job, when I first started where I'm at. I had a customer who came up to me, and he was like, it was a simple transaction or whatever. And he's like, he said something like, simple enough, right? Simple, right? And I was like, where the fuck are you where did that come from? But that was, you know, a subtle messaging to say, like, I don't know. I don't even care to read into that. That's fine. But anyway, old focus. What goes in there? What goes in the old focus box, Spirit? Root in reverse. So we've already built foundations here. So it's now, is that right? No, I forgot. Okay, so old focus with the root being in reverse. It's being able to see like how these our ancestors played a role in seeing myself, like seeing my purpose. This is like roots coming up to surface, basically. So it's not saying like it's done with, but it's still ever present. But the fact that there's visibility without having to uproot them and like pull them out of foundations, the visibility in there, that was the old focus. So now that's attained. What is the new focus? Because that I would say that is a prerequisite. Like, I've never done like the whole like ancestor like testing to see what percentage I am of this or that or whatever. Like, I think people take, I'm not going to talk about like how it's marketed. I'm going to talk about like how resources become like, are almost cheapened because of like it being the new fad, you know? I don't know. So, new focus. I mean, there's legitimacy in its usage, but it's like one of those things like, oh, did you take a photograph, like a 3D photo of your baby, you know, like in its, you know, fetus stage, or, you know, it's just like, oh, there's just all these new things, and they're all distractions, you know? And sometimes it's like nice to know, nice to have, but it really puts a curtain over things that are like super important, you know? I really feel like that. Okay. What's the new focus now then? That was just a tangent, holy smokes. But I was told to talk on that. It was so random. Okay. The new focus, the token in reverse, and swan. So we have 67 and 22 here. Maybe 6722 is an angel number for us. But swan is moving in grace. Swans can attack too. Token. This is about receiving with grace. That's what it is. Swan, serene, elegant, dignified, aloof, inaccessible. Ooh. Token, appreciating others, expressing intent. Okay. So I think that's already been had. So it's now time to receive with grace. Yeah, that's the new focus. And part of that is like, half of that is also that is self-care, like really acknowledging yourself as someone who doesn't just take the heat, but also this job doesn't just warrant self-care, but it you recognize your worth. And Maddie, hi. Well, hello. I don't see anybody on here, but that's okay. You don't just realize your self-worth, like, you honor your self-worth. That's what it is, okay? So bottom of the deck is Rose in reverse, middle of the deck is Magician, and top of the deck is Morning in reverse. So, that's great that we got Magician. So what's going on for me really is, oopsie, nah, let's put it right here. I don't know why we got the Rose in reverse. I'm feeling like, you know, he loves me not, you know, leaving things to chance with a 50-50 chance, 50-50 on it is, I think we're not doing that anymore. And the whole romance of, I just, what it, here, idealizing, perfecting, unfolding, and expressing. I think we're just accepting what is, as is, and even though things don't look perfect, there's still a lot of power in that. Morning in reverse, awakening, renewal. So that's pointing back to the death card behind us. I think when you contemplate and you understand the value of death, you no longer care about perfection. Like, you no longer are interested in the proposed value of it. Dude, give me a second. Dude, hold on. Yeah. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, I'm gonna plug in my phone. Oh, gosh. Okay, I need to put on. Give me a second. I'm sweating here. I need to put on some deodorant. Okay, there was one other set of cards I could have sworn. Oh, the Shapeshift Oracle of the Shapeshifters. Ooh, shake it, baby. Shake it all you can. Shake it like a milkshake as fast as you can. Okay. Whoop. All right. So, what do you want from me, Spirit? What is it? The Oracle of Shapeshifters. Or us? Who's here? Who dares cross my path? Cross my path. You are unlike anyone else. Your contradictions and complexities are massively interesting. I added the massively part because, you know, it's just me. 35 is an angel number for the here and now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait a minute. There's 8 butterflies here. So you can get stuck in this energy, Tina. For sure. For sure. You know, it's transformative. This is no longer like cocoon status, but sometimes, you know, like if you observe a butterfly, from what I kind of remember, like recall, is that when they emerge out of their cocoon, they don't like immediately like go away. They kind of like stay close to home a little bit. So we're just like kind of meandering a little bit because it's good. You know, it's contemplative. So, let's read it. 35, 35, 35, 35. Okay. I'm going to read the whole thing because I want to, okay? About you are unlike anyone else. As caterpillars undergo metamorphosis, they turn to sort of a mush inside their cocoons. So too in your life, everything seems to have lost direction and feels quite meaningless, but you will regroup, reform, and transform. A new world speaks of the necessary process you must undergo in order to create an important change, developing new, true friendships, repairing a damaged relationship, working on your skills in an area that doesn't come easy to you, making difficult choices about your integrity. All are addressed by the being in this card, as they too have undergone the challenge of change. Oh, yeah, because that's what I was going to say. There were toads in there. Where is it? This one? Oh, where did I put you? Oh, it's down here. Okay. See? See? Ribbit, ribbit. Flitter, flutter. You will notice that on the card there are beings who are hybrid. The butterfly frogs, who are at once not quite one thing or another. This is how your changes can seem to others sometimes. Which are you, they may ask. This or that. Many in life will want you to fit nicely into a category so they can easily label you and not undergo the difficult task of truly knowing who you are. You do not have to choose between things. Humans are often contradictory. Simply be true to you. Be a frog with wings. Be all of who you are and experiment. Let others be puzzled. You have the courage to defy boxes, labels, and other ways of avoiding truly knowing people and around the world. And what did I say? Around the world and the world. Excuse me. Frick. Oh, you know what? Around the world is coming through. Interesting. Okay. Interesting specimen. Okay. There is no one like you. This is the universe's only chance to have you in this world. Being your own self is not always easy. You have gone through a very difficult time, but you have passed the test and been reborn. Yes. I'm hearing Jason Bourne. I don't think I ever watched that movie. I think there's like 2 sequel. I think so. Matt Damon is just like so intense. So, I think at that era that it was, you know, it was filmed, I was just in a different world. So anyway, being your own self is not always easy. You have gone through, okay, I already read that part. Okay, you have done well to keep going, and now you can begin to see how worthwhile all the changes and sacrifices were. Although it seemed that you were in an endless middle ground, this is so insane. Like the timing of this is impeccable. Where you had no outcome and only repetitive tasks, judgment, and criticism for your choices. A new time begins now. You have successfully reinvented yourself by doing what is not always easy. All right, I have to change my voice because, like, okay. There will be more enjoyment and fulfillment and less to worry about. And some things that once were difficult will now be simple for you. There will be exciting new people for you to meet, and some of your old friends will come on this new journey of change with you. You worried, didn't you, about whether this time of goodness and hope will come? Well, have no doubt, it is here. Okay. Divination. Your decisions are being challenged. There is confusion concerning who you are. Most people, no, why did I see most people? Holy smokes. People who you have been close to may draw away or feel betrayed and confused at this time because they no longer know who you are, they say. This is a time for making choices that may seem to be odd to others, but which assist you in becoming the unique being you are. Refuse to be labeled. And create your own style, look, approach, and identity, even if it doesn't seem popular at first. Mash concepts and come up with approaches that are innovative and exciting. Okay? Stick to your truth and go through the challenging times in order to reach a place. I guess, sometimes I get bored and I just gotta read it like, how I see it. Okay. Refuse to be labeled and create your own style, look, and approach and identity, even if it doesn't seem popular at first. Match concepts and come up with approaches that have innovative and are innovative and exciting. Stick to your truth and go through the challenging times in order to reach a place where you're accepted and loved for who you are. If this card reaches out to you while you are feeling extremely alone, take heart. All will be worth the darker times. You have the light of your own truth on your side, and all who see it will come to know you truly and love you for all your contradictions. Bravo, bravo. You are inventing the future not only for you, but for all those like you. Do not give up just before the miracle of change blooms in your life. Thank you. I love it. I love it. Okay. Are we going to do bananagrams? I don't feel... I'm going to do... Do I want to do dice? Dice gives me clues. Yes. Yes, we shall do the dice. Okay. What shall we do? We shall choose enchanted. We shall do voyages. We'll do enchanted voyages, okay? Oh, we might do clues on here too. Let's do it. Okay, time to get my go time dish. Excuse me. Oopsie. And okay, we're gonna use these 3 dice that remained. Oh. Okay. Ooh, I have superpower catalyst and the system. It's so good. Okay. 1, 2, I like the mystery of having to find things. Sometimes, as I put them away, it's like I have a puzzle piece that fell on the floor. And what remained inside is the mushroom. Organic growth, okay. So, we got all of these in here. Okay. Let's see what this is meant to tell us today. Are you curious? Are you epicurious? The most volatile ASMR ever. Okay. Alright. So what have we got here? Oh, we got a rat close to me. Oh, bitch. There's a rat. I'm going like, you don't deserve any love. Poison, poison. They need to heal. That's what they're saying. Because they cannot manifest. That's why they're so... That's crazy. Why do I have this here? Maybe it's the person that had just left. Who knows? Who knows? There is hope for us all. Especially with my intention set, you know? I only welcome, you know, the most ethical of my light and love crew. So, you know, we all have starting points here or transitions. But, yeah, that was chaotic energy. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, the crown is in reverse, the well is in reverse, the egg is inverted, so they're still just, but then there's, like, bacteria right underneath it, so these are, like, rotting eggs, oh my gosh, and an octopus in reversal, which is, like, they can't even put their feelers out because they don't have access points anymore. They're, like, this bag of goodies, like, Santa's goodies, they're on the naughty list because it's inverted, like, it's not, it's all like trapped within. Their gifts are fucked. But there's so much here. There's crow. There's like handcuffs. It's like it's bullshit. So okay, what's for me now that the ooh, poison is in reversal. That's good. Ooh, I got superpower, connection, and movement. Oh, what the frick? Let me show you. Let me show you what's it's all about. While I plug this in, and okay, see, superpower, connection, movement. Okay, I got people stressed because I'm not gonna feel like that anymore. People think that, oh, people are pointing to me, like, you told me, like, I need to grow. Like, they're realizing that there's some things that they need to grow up on. It's a huge alert, but like they're blaming me for it. But it's like they have to blame their higher selves for it because I'm in contact with them, and I'm just communicating, you know. So they're like, you think you're better than me, but it's like, no, your higher self thinks better of you, and you know you gotta like own up to that. Anyway, it's a movement that's putting people pressed and stressed. Connection point. No more Little Red Riding Hood. I told you she's adult now. But here, you know, the poison was the first one that came through. It's in reversal, so it's like, you know, this is a purification, but absolutely healing. Like that's the missing puzzle piece. Like it goes all together. Don't you know? Then we have like a piece of like what is that? What do you call it? A plant that my cat had went crazy on. Okay. And so we have superpower here, but I'm writing my own story, dude. Like, you see this? This is the first time that I noticed like the spiral through here while I'm doing divination. Let's get this crap on there. Anyway, the ink blot is, excuse me, had a burp. But yeah, superpower is being able to write your own story and knowing that you're inked up on the inside. You know, I think some people have some tats here, but definitely it's just showing that there's so much artistry within you that, you know, pick up the pen. All right, so fingerprinting. This is identifiers. This is putting down the warrior mask. Like, we are being seen now. And we are no longer like, you know, prickly, like a kind of cactus. But like Jack and the Beanstalk for sure. So right here, this is it's a journey. Okay. But it's, I don't know what to say about that one. That's kind of weird. Like, I don't feel like that. I don't really feel like that. I think moving forward, sometimes you got to do it alone, though. And what do you want to say about that? That's kind of weird. Sometimes you got to connect the dots between yourself, your footsteps, and I don't know why that. Let's get a clarifier on that. Okay, beans going forward. Flute. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Someone's in the kitchen, I know. Strumming on the old banjo. But sort of like, Dinah, would you blow your horn? You know, just trying to. Not dying now. Some people are blaming me for having to like move forward kind of like on their own. They're realizing that this transformation is also a solo. So that wasn't me there. That was them. They're like, you know, sometimes it's so much easier to point the finger. So much easier. Yeah. Oh shit. Where is she? Where are you? I realized I'm gonna like this. It's not even really fat, you know. Like it's just from pregnancy. It's extra skin, people. It's extra skin. But I don't know. I decided some people like it, some people don't. I get annoyed by it because that's not who I was, but that's who I be right now. So it's just fine. I decided, you know. Looking at like those little things are pulverizing my wheel. S is in my lap. And so let's go ahead and see what else is here. ILEWVENRUEEAZPA. Did I say A already? Yeah. OTB. Bot. Panera. Grow. Sing. Sung. Slant. Zigo. I don't know what that means. GPA. Potts. Granger. No, it's a Grange. Grunge. I think we're looking at range here. Okay, so and I see love and yeah, gone, goner. So, you know, I'm tired of having to say like, oh, these are people that like are bad. This is, you know, I think it's just, I'm tired of knowing the reasons why I'm rejected and others saying like, you're crazy. Why do you always have to internalize everything? Why do you think everything has to do with you? Or like, so people are against you or whatever. Like those very same people are playing into the game. They're just kind of trying to cover up their tracks because they got it good from playing their game. And that's what I was told. I know it. So let's just think the best of this world. And even those things are factual, we can still alchemize the truth and say, hey, you know what? They turned me down, But, you know, I proposed and I gave them that offer of like the gift of having me there. And they declined. So it's not even like that I was rejected. They just declined. And let them own up to their choices, as this will propel me forward into like something so freaking beautiful. So freaking beautiful. So, range. We're working with like, I know how to work with people on a different ranges of the hierarchy. And like the people that are on the very top, no. They know. They enjoy this ish. Mm. Yeah. Oh, Strange. Yeah, that song by K-Flay. Yeah, Every Little Thing You Do, I like. Yep, that's what that's the talk of the town. I'm seeing Louvre. I don't know. It's a museum in France. Louvre. Yeah, so there's something very, it's not just archival. It's archival like intimacy. Like that in art, you know. Yeah, that's the best way that I can explain it within its being concise. So, for sure, there's that. I see Angie here. I also have Angela here. I have Sanji also. There's a lot of names in here, but I'm not going to go into it. Just ones that are like instantaneously shown. Yep. Bang. Bang, bang. You shot me down. Bang, bang, I hit the ground. That awful sound. Huh. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Wine. I'm hearing wine your body. Anyway. Initially I got wine like blood wine, that kind of thing. Wing. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Okay, wing. Back to self-care. Back to self-care. We are going to give ourselves a standing ovation, a bravo, an encore. And in order to have that encore, we are going to engage in self-care. Enigma. Okay. Oh, wait, we don't have the M here. So, but it's here. I have engine. This is also, we have engineers here too. What up to the engineers? I see you. I see you. Oh my gosh, for sure. We in. That's what they're saying. What? Yeah. Yeah. So I'm putting ENG for the abbreviation, but we can spell it out. I just have to demolish certain parts of it. But there are certain engineers that are that have a certain facet to them that is very unexpected, especially within that industry. Because even though it's like kind of technical and mechanical, there's like, I know engineers to be like the most thoughtful crew. That's why I love working with engineers. They're just like, thoughtful is more of the phrase that I like, the wording that I would like to put. Considerate, not always, because they're not always. So I'm just gonna put it that way. And they know. Maybe not within their own, but also within their own kind, why I chose that wording. They're natural problem solvers, and yeah, I would have to say it like that. So I'm going to abbreviate it here. Oh, but about the facets, some of them are very much into the romanticism of art, how that's conveyed. Like, there's some very, like, this is something that I don't know how they attain this, but are some here that are very much in tune with the parallel of what they do and how that's transformed into art. So they have art appreciation, this particular crew. Oh, these might be like people who are like illustrators as well. Yeah, I would have like computer graphic type of stuff, you know, like there's something about that. Still life coming into form, and how that's just like timeless within its dynamic. How amazing that is, actually, the depth of that. Like, so the idea, the factual idea, like something's never changed, is beautified within that aspect. Zep or Pez. Zep is a brand I realized from like carpet cleaner. I don't know why I have it here. But I think it's like kind of cleaning up our foundations, you know, the yeah, the flooring that we stand upon. That it's not the whole idea of perfection, but it's just like making do with what you have and making it presentable. Derp. Yep. I'm seeing Brap. What is it? The Brap or Bap crew? I don't remember. Anyway, Zale, Zoo, yeah, looking at this realm as it's a zoo, like all kinds of species that feel like they're encaged